Have you ever noticed how one kitchen gadget just seems to pop up everywhere all at once? Well, today we're jumping into a source that breaks down exactly why that's happening, and it claims that by 2026, you'll be wondering how you ever cooked without one. All right, let's get into it. So, the source we're looking at kicks things off with this question right here. And I mean, in this crazy, fast paced world, who doesn't want that? It's the constant juggle, right? Trying to eat well without spending all night in the kitchen. And you might think the answer is some complicated new diet or an expensive meal kit you'll forget to cancel. But nope. According to this source, the solution is actually a single, pretty compact device that's completely changing the game for weeknight dinners. And that device is, you guessed it, the air fryer. Now, what's really cool is how simple the tech actually is. It's not some kind of black magic. Just think of it like a supercharged miniature convection oven that blasts your food with hot air to get it perfectly crispy, but without all the oil. And that leads us to the first massive wow factor the source points out. You get all that satisfying crunch of fried food while using up to 90% less oil. I mean, that is a huge, huge difference, and it's a major reason why they've become so popular. And the second big win? Speed. It's just fast. The source says it cooks things 30 to 50% faster than your regular oven. So you can forget about waiting forever for the oven to preheat. This is all about getting dinner on the table, like right now. This right here really nails the core appeal. It's like the microwave and the oven had a baby, and it got the best genes from both. You get the incredible speed of a microwave, but with that delicious, crispy texture you can only get from an oven. It really is the best of both worlds. So with all that going for it, it's no surprise they're everywhere. Let's dig into how they've totally come to dominate the market. The source argues it's simply because they're built to solve the real, annoying, everyday problems we all have. And it really boils down to these three simple things. These save you a ton of time, they let you eat healthy food that actually tastes amazing, and they're so versatile that one device can do the job of many. Let's talk specifics on that time saving. The source points out that you can cook salmon in 8 minutes, chicken in 10 to 15. The Netflix comparison is just perfect. You can have dinner cooked and on the plate before you've even finished scrolling for something to watch. Now, this second point is absolutely crucial. Let's be honest, nobody wants to eat boring, steamed food every night just to be healthy. We all crave that flavor, that texture. The air fryer delivers that incredible crunch that tricks your brain into thinking you're indulging, but with all the unhealthy baggage. You know, the source article we're exploring has a pretty interesting sense of humor. For example, to make a point about health, it just kind of drops this line in there. Okay, and the third big reason for their success? Sheer versatility. This thing is an absolute workhorse. We're talking roasting, baking, grilling, you can even make toast in it. It can basically kick a bunch of other appliances off your counter, which is a huge win for anyone with a small kitchen. And to sort of illustrate just how many problems this one little device can solve, the source puts it this way. All right, so we get why they're so popular. But let's say you're sold. How in the world do you pick a good one out of the hundreds on the market? Well, the source has us covered with a 2026 buyer's guide that cuts right through the noise. The source uses this great line to make a really important point. Because let's face it, choosing the wrong appliance can lead to its own terrifying result: undercooked chicken. No one wants that. So reliability is absolutely everything. And here's the key takeaway from the source. Don't get distracted by the flashy stuff. A fancy touchscreen doesn't cook your food. What really matters are the fundamentals, the nuts and bolts. Powerful, consistent airflow, a thermostat that actually holds the right temperature, and a nonstick basket that's built to last. This chart is super helpful for breaking it down. For most people, a family of 3 to 6, that 5 to 7 liter digital model is the sweet spot. It's the Goldilocks option. If you're in a small apartment or a dorm, the compact 3 to 4 liter model is perfect. Now, if you're a serious meal prepper or you want to roast a whole chicken, you'll want to level up to the big 10 to 14 liter oven style. And yeah, for all you tech lovers, there are even smart Wi-Fi models you can control from your phone. Okay, let's bring this all home. What actually changes in your day-to-day life after you get one of these? What's the real, tangible impact? According to the source, the difference is pretty night and day. First, you've got dinner on the table in under 15 minutes. Second, cleanup is a breeze. Just one basket you can toss in the dishwasher. Third, you save a ton of money on takeout because making food at home is suddenly the easy option. And this last one, this might be the biggest win of all: less mental fatigue. That whole 5 o'clock panic of what's for dinner, it just disappears. And to really hammer home just how dramatic of a change this is, the source uses this final analogy, which I think is just perfect. So after weighing all the pros and cons, the article gives one clear final recommendation. For about 90% of people, the 5 to 7 liter digital basket air fryer is the smartest buy. It just hits that perfect balance of speed, price, and versatility.
And finally, for those of you who found this breakdown interesting, the source article itself actually wraps up with a great recommendation on where you can find more stuff just like this.
The authors suggest that for more smart product sourcing and reviews on the latest trending gadgets, you should definitely visit the Sourcing Scout channel on YouTube. They also make sure to mention that subscribing, liking, and sharing their stuff really helps the channel grow. So we'll leave you with this final thought from the source. When you see how well it solves these core problems of time, health, and stress, you have to wonder, is the air fryer on its way to becoming as essential as a microwave? It's a pretty compelling idea. Thanks for tuning in.